Hi guys, let's talk. Okay, so you heard and saw the video of me addressing the loss of Cody, someone who meant the world to me. November the 2nd. It's fresh, but I've already overcome it. Now some people may view that as heartless. I view it as being adaptive and practical and interested in my groundness, my well-being, my centeredness of my heart, mind, and spirit and body. Because in this world, things are going to happen. I learned at a very young age, being born into a very toxic, trauma-filled, mentally, emotionally, and abusive home, how to be very adaptive. Now, when I speak of my gifts, I am by no means bragging, but before God put me in my mother's womb, He bestowed on me gifts unspeakable that I will speak of now. Gifts of perspective, introspectiveness, retrospectiveness, internalization, self-processing, external processing, processing of other people, being able to perceive their thoughts, their motives, their next moves. I can look in someone's eye. I can even look at a picture. As long as I see their eyes, I can tell you what type of personality that person has, a lot of the things that person has done. If I am personally in your face and look at you in your eyes, I can tell you what you did last night, what you had on, even down to the furniture and the decor, where you were, what you were talking about, and what you were doing. God gave me these gifts, I believe, to survive the childhood that I was born into, because He knew the call that He had bestowed on me that I had to fulfill. And it was going to take these gifts and the critiquing of the wisdom and growth into who I am today to fulfill the purpose that He gave me to share with this world to make it a better place. It's not being egotistical to say these things. Self-affirmation is a good thing, and never let anyone tell you any different. It's like I've told you in another video. Maybe you're the only person that does affirm yourself, and we all have gifts. Like I said in another video, like it's over 400 trillion to 1 that a sperm is going to meet an egg and make you uniquely you. We're all purposed. Ephesians 3:16 talks about principalities, rulers in high places of this world. They don't want you to know these things. They want you to believe, oh, that's egotistical. I've taken Psychology 101, 102, 103, and 104. I had a 4.0 average at Southeastern Technical University, an 1140 score on my SAT at Georgia Tech, and I took a few courses there as well. Then I decided to educate myself. Why waste money? We got Google. So I educated myself in geometry, geology, quantum physics, sacred geometry, mathematics on every level. Albert Einstein said, math is just magic you haven't discovered yet. It's because you haven't studied it. If you want to know you and how the world works and how God works and how to work it all together within you for your better good, your higher good, your mind, body, and spirit to be aligned, you must know all these things. For example, in sacred geometry, just take the Fibonacci spiral, for example. The golden number of the Fibonacci spiral is 144. It is love. Love is the highest frequency. All emotions shape your DNA. Your DNA is constantly changing. It is not set. If anyone tells you that, they're lying to you. It is a scientific fact. If you study, you will learn this. So when you feel love, love critiques your DNA into being able to manifest healing, overcoming any obstacle that may come your way, any trauma, any tragedy, any loss, or any good feeling, but you must balance dark and light. Like it says in Psalm 139, in the dark there is light because of God, and the dark and the light is the same to God. We hold dark and light, and we must learn how to balance it, which brings me to adaptability. When I was born with every gift. I could think, I could be aware of my surroundings. I just couldn't move or speak yet. And it saved me, even though I went through a lot, it saved me from going through a lot more by being able to maneuver around people, by being able to perceive their next move and what they were thinking and what they had planned. Now, I had a very sweet heart, and I still do, and I have fell victim. Recently, last year, I fell victim to an ex-brother-in-law that drugged me for 5 days. Well, he actually came to help me with some stuff that I needed help with at my home, and I began to feel weird. I do not do drugs. So I knew something was wrong, and I asked him to leave because I point blank told him I feel like I'm being drugged. So I fell into a blackout on a Sunday, and I didn't wake up until the early mid-morning hours of a Thursday. Excuse me for the grossness, but with feces running down my legs. I had been assaulted, sodomized, raped, brutally damaged, beaten. My eye socket, as you can tell, on my left side is broken. I have broken parts all over me because of this. He killed my dog. And I was accused of being an aggressor. Now, it is very foggy because I don't do drugs, and he had me knocked out for 5 days. But it is my opinion that if I did defend my life, I was well within my Constitution of the United States of America's rights to do so. Okay, so let's move on. So I adapted to that situation very quickly as well, okay? Adaptability, I'm sharing this with you because if you weren't born with adaptability, you can learn adaptability by studying it. You can learn anything by studying it and then applying it to yourself for your higher good. When wrongdoing is done to you, it can either cause you fear, anger, bitterness, or resentment, which is the lowest frequencies in the universes that God made. And it can change your DNA negatively and cause diseases. Love will overcome that. Now, I'm not saying that we can just say, oh, that didn't happen and bottle it up inside. No, that is detrimental to your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. You must face the event that happened to you, whatever that event may be, large or small, good or bad. You must look at it, face it, and say, this happened to me. What am I going to do with it? You look at it, you feel it, and then you make a conscious decision to release it into the universe and transmute it into a positive light, love, energy that you receive back into yourself and put it in the space of what could have detrimentally traumatized you and damaged you for the rest of your life. But because you chose to be an overcomer, You transmuted it into wisdom and a lesson and learning what to avoid and what not to do for your next upcoming event. Because life is a series of events. I love the movie A Series of Unfortunate Events, but it can also be a series of beautiful events. I've had relationships. Cody was very, very special. His leadership, his guidance, his knowing of me, we knew each other so well. Which brings me to another issue. Do not fill your life with relationship after relationship on a physical level. It only compounds layer after layer on you. And it just totally annihilates your ability to reason anything because you're so full, a compound layer of emotions that you have to work through. And it can be very, very difficult on your mind, body, and